Hello, 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 and welcome to Boxroom Racing. I am your star in VR, the growing concern, Colin Byrne. Now, hopefully, we are not going to run into any technical issues tonight. I think I may have overcome some. I had some issues with the headset earlier. Tried to do some things, lowered the frames per second here to 30 frames per second to see if that helps us on our actual stream. I'm not sure if it's going to or not, but we will soon find out. So I'm only learning as I go here, so please bear with me. If you see any issues, please let me know straight away, and I'll see what I can do about resolving them. So tonight we are going to Nordschleife in the Skip Barber, and I think they're about 8-minute laps, and I've had zero practice. Had a long day at work today. A long day putting some work in to things, so no time for iRacing. So I must get out onto the track pretty quickly here and see if I can get a lap in. They're 8-minute laps. I think the races are only 3 minutes long. I have no idea what happens with qualifying. So let's quickly have a recap of what happened last night, the disaster that was last night. You can see here from the chart that we are going down. So on the right hand side is our latest. At the moment we are sitting at 1551, which is quite a bit down from where we were this time last week. Well, we broke into over 1700 last week, and since then we've had a 14th place, a 14th place, a 14th place, and a 14th place. So it's been going pretty bad. So what can you say? That's just the way sometimes racing goes, so we're just gonna have to deal with that, just the way it is. Well, I guess without further ado, let's get out onto the track here and see if we can put in a warm-up lap. It's 10:02, so I can definitely get one lap in before the off of the race, which is not a lot. Let me start up Jim here.
Radio check.
As you know, Jim is our crew chief here, gives us all our information, timing, all that sort of thing. So let's get out on this track. I will lower the music here. Let's bring it down, all the way down, and let's see what we can do. So without further ado,
Pit lane speed limit is 60 kilometers per hour.
okay, so here we go. Nordschleife.
The pit exit's clear. Look out for the pit speed limit.
Really tight exit there. Haven't driven this track in a Skip Barber yet. Oh, and do you know what? I have my my settings still set on full clutch here from driving a NASCAR last night. So let me put that back to auto blip. Probably not the fastest way to drive, but it just seems to work for me. Okay, here we go. So hopefully we can get in. Oh, and
Pit exit's clear. Push.
all kinds of stuff here. Just noticing one thing. I have usually some data up on the top of my screen there. I just want to make sure that it loads and it's there. Okay, great. And it seems to be there. Just gives me some information about what's happening on the stream. I can see your chats up there in VR as well. So if you have anything to say, make sure you do say it. Say hello. Let me know that you're there. The stream is always a lot more fun, a lot more interactive when people get involved. So please tell me about your day. Tell me what you think about the racing. Okay, in fourth gear, and from what I know, most of this gets done in third. First lap is probably pretty sketchy. Oh, this guy is really trying to pass me behind me here. Not a great spot on the track to pass people though.
On your right.
Should we let him go?
Clear right.
And it is flat out here all the way through for a long period of time now, as far as I know. I'll just let up here on the first lap. I assume the tires will be warm halfway around the first lap. Such a big track for this car. Oh, and I spun out there. I guess there's just not enough grip on the first lap. So maybe let's go back and do that again, and I will have enough time. Oh, it actually doesn't put you all the way back. Whoa. Doesn't put you all the way back to the pits, it just puts you back a little bit on the track. Okay. Coming down to a big corner here. So I do remember most of this track. I have driven it in other cars before and in other games. So hopefully I can be fast enough to put something together. This is where we'll come down a gear here. We'll go all the way down to the first coming around here. Car is sliding around here a good bit. I highly suspect though with this track and the size of it, it's all about not crashing. I'd say if you get a tow around here, it's going to be a long, long wait. So it's probably going to be all about playing it safe. Let's go through this downhill section here. Couple dangerous corners here. Alright, and accelerating out. There's another really big kind of corner right at the bottom of the hill down here. The altitude is incredible in VR on this track. You really get the sense of going up and down hills. Okay, here we go uphill. So there's a bit of a turn here, a bit of a right-hander that we have to brake for, and then we're flat out again for a good while. Down to third here. Okay, and now we're flat out for a good while here now. Heading slightly uphill. Well, I guess it really is a good bit uphill. Car struggling to get up into fifth here. And this next corner is the real mystery. This is where, depending on the car you're driving, you need to slow down for the corner. This one right here. Usually it lifts a little bit. In some cars you don't need to. Skip Barber's pretty underpowered here though, so I had to actually shift down. It's a sharp bend, and we're coming up on the first carousel here now. Gotta be really careful with these. I'm sure it could be taken much faster. I'm just really trying not to get myself into too much trouble here. Now this part of the track I'm not nearly as good at as the front half of the track. Might be a little bit better in the Skip Barber. Last car I was driving on this track was the Radical, I believe, which is a very difficult car to get around this track. Okay, so far so good here. So many corners to remember. We're gaining on somebody here. And the second is warranted in that corner there. Up and over in a little windy, straight kind of part here, flat out windy. This bridge here can be dangerous. Car lifts and you lose a bit of grip. And we're coming up on the second carousel here now. This corner is super important because it leads out to maybe one of the longest straightaways in auto racing. Out of any track anywhere. I'm sure I'll use the draft to get around him, and then he'll use the draft to get around me. It's that long of a corner.
Car right. Still there. Clear right.
See, that's exactly what's happening. He's catching, although he's slowing up now. And this is all leading back into the start-finish here. And this is us back at the start-finish now for one complete lap. So what do you make of that lap, folks? It's a long way around. We'll do 2 of these races tonight, I reckon. See if we can get some good practice in for the rest of the week. A lot more fun kind of coming through this section on the warmer tires now.
Fastest lap for McKay, 8:15.5.
And we're almost at time, so we're certainly not going to get another full lap in, but I'll drive as much of the track as I can here. 13:52. So we've got about a minute left, which is not going to get us very far. This is all flat out here, foot to the floor. And this is going to be fun with a lot of other cars on the track, I reckon. That seems to be a very, very dangerous corner there. I'm going to have to be extremely careful for it. Okay, and flat out all the way downhill here. All the way down to first. Corner's so deceiving when you're new to the track. Doesn't seem like you need to come down that fast, but man, do you ever. Doing well on our Delta there so far. $166 registered, so looks like there's more participation than I expected. I just don't know what they're going to do for qualification here. Okay, so the race is now ready to go. Seemed like a new kind of message I hadn't noticed before. So yeah, I'm quite eager to find out what this is going to be like. Kick on a little bit of music while we're loading. This track took quite a long time to actually load when it was loading earlier. I suppose it's a big track. Hopefully it doesn't take as long this time now that it's already hopefully in the memory or whatever it is there. So I don't actually know what time we got there. Sure. It's going to be a total mystery, I think. Just check on the stream. I haven't got any notifications that there's any sort of issues. Let me know what the quality seems like tonight. I did drop it down to 30 frames per second, so hopefully that doesn't affect the quality too much for everybody. I'm sorry, I just bounced around screens there. You can see what I'm doing on my machine. And just put it back to here. Actually, we'll sit in and so we can see when it actually loads in and we're ready to rock. So we're at 10:17, jumping into our race session here. Don't know if there is a qualifying or if they have a qualifying and nobody actually makes it around the track and it just goes by what number car you are in the race. That's quite possible as well, because I think it takes a good 8 minutes to get around, and we'll only get around to warm up the car once, unless there's different rules for Nordschleife here. Not exactly sure. So yeah. Just having a quick check here. I can see one person watching there on YouTube. That's pretty cool. So we are multicasting here again to YouTube and Facebook. Pushing out on Facebook as always, and then also pushing out to YouTube. Operating on the stream on a schedule here, so we're on every Monday night, Tuesday night, and Thursday night at 10 p.m. Irish Standard Time or British Standard Time. That's 5 p.m. Eastern or 2 p.m. Pacific, and that's Tuesday morning, Wednesday morning, and Friday morning at 7 a.m. AEST if you happen to be watching from down under. So please join us anytime on Boxroom Racing. Be awesome if you stop by, threw down some comments, had a few chats, and just hung out and did some iRacing. And if you happen to be iRacing yourself, let me know what you're into, what tracks you're driving. I'm trying to add in some variety into the channel here in the last couple weeks. We've been doing a lot of skip barbers, but we've also started the ARCA Menards series, which didn't go so well for us last night. Out of the legacy version of the Texas Motor Speedway, we've been doing the USF 2000 and the Formula Sprint series. We've been doing the Radical series as well. So yeah, we're starting to do a few things. So yeah, it looks like it's just going from practice, which is 7 minutes, straight into a race, which is 3 laps. So I guess there is no qualification. And cars are just going to go based on their numbers, and we are car number 19 in this race. So let's see what the strength of field is. It says it's 1.6K, so I guess we're kind of bumped into a higher split, unfortunately for me.
Speed limit is 60 kilometers per hour.
I guess we have lots of opportunity to sorry, let me kill the music there. I guess we have lots of opportunity to gain some iRating if we can finish above
the track temperature is decreasing.
Table.
It's now pit exits clear.
So get out and do some warm up again. Be interesting to see this car on cold tires after our first lap. Felt good coming down here again in the warm tires, but I'm sure that feeling is not going to be there now driving on cold, especially in a skip barber. This car loves to slide around when it's cold, and it's certainly doing that right now. Feeling more in control of it though. Probably driving the other types of cars there last night. Alright, safety all the way through that first section, and this is where we floor it. Probably after driving the other series of cars there last night, the USF 2000 feels like it sticks to the road like glue after driving this car, the amount of downforce in it. Ooh, and that's a little bit dangerous there as well. You feel the back end really want to slide out on you. Okay, so I guess the next corner to watch out for is that one that I thought was the most dangerous out of them all. Is this kind of a slight left, which I'm going to completely lift off the throttle on, especially on this first lap. So this is it right here. So I'm going to lift off the throttle completely. And the car still slid a little bit, so I think that's definitely what we'll have to do for the first lap. All the way down to second gear for this long kind of corner. Easy for that corner to catch you out in a much faster car because you can grip that previous slight bend, and there's after a long kind of straightaway you're right into a tight corner that you don't really expect. The road is very bumpy. You're really bashing my wheel around here. Okay, gearing down all the way through. Curbs on this track are not your friend. They're quite big. So take chunks out of you if you try and go over them. This corner had a few troubles with earlier. Okay, not too bad. A lot of them seem to be okay to do in third in this car. Only has 5 gears, so a little less gears to choose from. Definitely do that one in fourth. Just trying to remember what I can do in the car on what corners. Doesn't look like it, but that's such a dangerous corner because there's no straight bit before. Once you kind of round that one corner, it's a bit of a zigzag, so you can't actually really brake hard like you need to for the corner, like you can here. Okay, so I guess the way this works is we just start 19th, I assume. Yeah, so grid 19. Yeah, it just looks like I don't really know how that all works. Just get my lap timing up there. Okay, we got 20 seconds left. Daniel Scott 4 is the only car ahead of us. Nobody behind us because we are at the back of the pack. But let's hope we can just take advantage of some incidents that I'm sure are bound to happen on this track. 3 laps of this track. There's no way not almost, I don't know, I'd be surprised if not everybody had one minor incident at least.
The air temp is 26 Celsius, B19. Okay, Colin, let's get this right.
To the floor here.
Green, green, green.
Okay, a few people with some bad starts there. I guess people are just waiting on purpose. I guess that must be a tactic on this track. People are really driving slowly here. I guess the idea is just to make it around the track and not have any incidents.
Good start, mate. Nice one.
Which I'll gladly do. That's what everyone else is doing. Just let it get a little bit spread out. So I want to make sure I survive the few little dangerous spots here, especially on the first lap. This corner right here coming up is a dangerous one. Okay, we're through that.
Peterson is leading the race.
And the next corner here is super dangerous. So I will just totally slow down, take my foot off the gas altogether.
You're done with Val Rainbow.
Yellow flag.
The second person you've taken out.
Okay, another incident there. Car in front of us has no rear wing, which surprisingly is not actually that bad in the Skip Barber. Rear wing doesn't do a whole lot. Seems to be worse when the front wing gets affected because your top speed really gets affected badly. From my experience, anyhow. Okay, so I'd like to start pushing a little bit more here now. See if we can keep with this pack. This corner is dangerous though. We're in a little bubble of space, which we all know I
It's getting
love.
closer. The gap's come down to 1.5 seconds.
This corner I can do in 4. Same with this one.
Yellow
There's
flag.
somebody
Watch
gone.
out.
And this is that dangerous one with nowhere to brake really, so you gotta brake early. Okay, so cars are catching me, but we did pass a lot. So if we do get past at some point, it's probably not the worst thing in the world. I'm sure there's going to be a lot more people going off. Such a long and stressful track for people. I'm actually surprised that the participation was so high for it. I would have thought it would be a track that a lot of people would avoid. Maybe more people giving it a go on night 1. Flat out through this whole section. And there'll be a left-hander coming up in a minute here, or in about 5 seconds. I don't know if I need to shift down on or what I need to do. Okay, we're down to the second here. We're coming up on this first carousel. Staying with this car in front of us here anyhow. Had them cars catching us behind us. They seem to have fallen back a little bit. Now I really don't want to push it too far through here because I think this is where a lot of people are going to go off. Starting to build some confidence here and then it all going wrong for them.
On your right.
Okay, car taking us
Clear
on the
right.
inside. That's fine.
Okay, Colin, you're reeling this guy in. The gap's now 0.45.
that guy almost went there. That's such a dangerous corner in every car I've played on this track. Oh, and collide in there. This is a fast section on the track here now.
The gap to Butler behind is now 0.8.
These guys are racing for keeps here in front. That's such an easy corner to go off in a lot of cars here as well.
Car right.
Oh, car almost went into the back of us there.
Hold your line. Right side's clear.
Stupid spot to pass because it's a straightaway coming up. The longest one in auto racing.
Don't let this guy distract you. The gap in front is now car right. He's still there. Hold your line. Still there. Still there. He's still there. Still there. Still there. Hold your line. Right side's clear.
Alright, so this is one complete lap here now of Nordschleife. We got 2 more to go.
P11, 2 laps left.
My goodness, I don't know if I've ever had 3 clean laps in a row on this track. And we're in P11. Like I was saying before, this section's a lot more fun when the tires are warmed up. So hopefully I don't have too much fun and put the car off the track or something silly. I'm surprised the strength of field was so high for this race. Wow, that was a good save by that fella there.
Car left. Still there. Clear left.
And here's my most hated corner. And I slid a good bit there.
Car right. Clear right.
Alright, so this guy chose not to overtake us there. Thought he might.
Hey, 18, can you see if my wing is damaged?
Okay, taking it easy here. Coming down to third.
The gap ahead is meters now, 1.0 seconds.
Really, after all this hard work, I don't want to have a silly mistake take me out just as I say that. This is the dangerous corner. I got to brake early. So easy to slide off the track there.
Alright, Colin, ignore that fucker in the mirror. Stick to your line, nail those exits.
That's good advice from Jim. As soon as I get caught up. Looking in that rear view mirror too much. Down to third here for the last time for a while. This guy went off track. Probably have enough pace to get around him if he's not going to block us.
Car right. He's still there. Clear right.
Okay, and we're around him.
Good stuff, keep it coming.
So he may be eager to get his position back.
Right side, clear right.
Passing on the carousel is not recommended by me. Oh, and he's gone off onto the grass there. Don't know if he was following me too close. I almost made a mistake.
The gap in front is now 7.2.
That's another dangerous corner there. From what I remember from the radical. Whoa. Barely kept it on there.
Pay attention to track limits, please,
Took
Colin.
a 1X.
Look, getting closer. The gap's now 0.26.
It's a really fast part of the track here, so hopefully this fella doesn't want to overtake us, because
Just ignore him, he'll go away.
we have the straightaway coming up, which would be the appropriate place to put more pressure on.
Car left, clear left.
Alright, he backed out there. Pretty wisely, if he gets a good run at us here on the on the straightaway. Here's the straightaway here now.
Left side. Hold your line. Still there. Still there. Clear left. Car right. Hold your line. Clear right. Left side. Hold your line. Still there. Still there. Clear left.
All right, and here we come around for another lap in Nordschleife. One more to go. Don't think I've ever done 2 clean laps of this track, so I'm pumped.
P9, one more to go. That's halfway. We estimate 1 laps of fuel remaining.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. And he almost went off into me.
On your right. Right side's clear.
Can't afford to let somebody else take me out at this point after all that effort. This guy seems to be all over the track now. In the black car.
The gap to Butler ahead is now 0.6.
Might be safer for me to even just let these lads fight it out. Sit back and watch the show, and then try to overtake them on the final straight. That's if they haven't killed each other.
Code Brown there, number 8.
Whoa, and a big slide there. Always seem to slide at that corner. Well, I hope you guys are enjoying this action from Nordschleife. We've moved up 10 positions there. We started in P19, we're up into P9. With the possibility of finishing 7th if we can do something on this lap with these 2 guys in front of us. They're definitely faster than me in certain areas of the track, and I seem to be faster in others. There, just held it. Take this corner in 4th. Doesn't look like you can, but you can. Slide it around a bit here in 4th. Take a bit of a risk to stay with them. Okay, through that dangerous corner. Really love the elevation, looking at the mountains here.
The gap to Butler in front is now 0.4 seconds.
Okay, held it in 3rd. We got one more corner where we shift down to 3rd, and then we got a long period where we're flat out. Okay, up into 3rd here. Now we're flat out for a good while. Uphill here. This car just feels so slow. I'm struggling to get it up into 5th gear. And in 5th now. Still climbing uphill. Starting to lose a bit of place on these guys here, so hopefully we can make it up in the next section after the first carousel. Seems to be the way to do it there. Shift down. Didn't even take my foot off the gas. Okay, reeling them in here, I think. One of them opted to go around the outside of the carousel.
Okay, Colin, the next car is Reed.
Yeah, we got Kyle and Glenn in front of us here.
The gap behind is now 11 seconds.
Okay, this is where we're going to make it or break it here, I think. Hopefully these guys start taking some risks on each other in this section.
Gap to Reed ahead is now 2.0.
Oh, and I really had to... I almost lost it there. Really don't want to do that.
Keep it between the lines.
It cost me 1x. Okay, really fly through this section. Careful on this bridge here as we lose grip. There we go, going over the top of it. My foot is to the floor, and I may have just lost these two here unless there's some sort of incident that happens before we get to the straightaway. Very well could be, because I'm sure they both know this is the last opportunity. Oh, and there's another car there. I don't know if he's having trouble. Just keep accelerating. Okay, we're onto the straightaway here now. Oh, a bit of debris I hit. Hopefully it doesn't affect us. Yeah, it looks like this car is having some serious trouble. At least that's one place for us. Sorry, Matthew. Alright, no use risking it. Coming in here. Just take it nice and handy.
Yellow flag, caution.
Oh, did these guys wipe out? What am I coming into? Coming around the corner here.
P9. Well done, mate.
Be okay.
Good finish.
Alright, a P9.
Nice racing, Cal.
We'll take that. Good race, folks. Okay, P9. We made up 10 positions through that race. Quite happy with that. We certainly won't stick around for any replays. Wasn't much going on, I suppose, that whole race. Well, we were following closely to one car. But yeah, mad track, huh? Let's sneak on a little bit of music. So yeah, let me know in the comments what you think of Nordschleife there. It's quite a different track, quite a different style of racing. I don't know where we are with our other races, the Radicals, and I'll have a quick look here and see what the story is. We can have a quick look at and see what our iRating gain is. I assume we didn't lose any iRating because we were in a very, very high split. Okay, so just checking out the results here. It's not actually giving me the result. I guess the race is actually still on. I don't want to hit withdraw / forfeit. It's actually come up on my screen that I'm still in the actual race session, so I don't know what the deal is there, but hopefully that's not the case, and it does something sinister to us, and we lose the result or something. That would be awful. Maybe what I'll do is I'll just actually exit out and go back in. Let's see. Driver career page. Okay. Oh, sorry. And I have flicked around again. I keep doing that on my Google Chrome page, bouncing around, checking out the streams on both pages, and sending it back into you. So my apologies for that. I'm gonna reload the page here and see if it pops up, and see if it comes up, because that would be disaster if something funny happened to that race. So let me see if I can go into my series results, and I'll search the results archive. Okay, so I do see it there. So we finished 9th. And let's pull up the actual page itself. So we were in split 3, so it was just a highly rated group. And we gained 17 iRating, so not too bad, especially for finishing 9th. So not too bad. So we've moved up to 1568 iRating. So happy days. And Paulo, thanks very much for the follow and the like. Really appreciate you stopping by, tuning into Boxroom Racing. Hope you enjoyed that first race from Nordschleife. We're going to go into another one with the Skip Barber here. It doesn't look like there is any qualification for these, so we're going to go in and you get a 7-minute practice session once you get in. And then you basically 7-minute practice session, and then based on your iRating in that split is where you're actually going to start the race, which is kind of what I thought they were going to do, because the laps are about 8 minutes, so there's actually no time to qualify. Let's have a quick look around as well at the different series and what they're driving this week. So the Menard series is at what track is this? Worldwide Technology. Okay, and Road America is the Formula Sprint track, which is not a track that I currently own, so we may avoid that one this week, or I do have to pick it up at some point. The Advanced Mazda Cup is something that we haven't actually done, and that was the rookie series that I joined. Everybody does when they're first doing road racing and iRacing. So the Advanced Rookie Series is at Brands Hatch, which of course we love Brands Hatch on this channel. Had a good few races there. Now let me check out where the Radicals are. Obviously I don't see any racing there. They're not they only race once every 2 hours, the Radicals, so gotta go up to 12 o'clock midnight. They'll start our time. We're not going to do them tonight, but oh, and they are at Mosport, and we love Mosport, so maybe Thursday might be Radicals at Mosport at 10 o'clock. Just a reminder as well, we operate on a schedule here on this channel. Always Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays at 10 p.m. Irish Standard Time and British Standard Time. That's 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific. Or that's Tuesday mornings, Wednesday mornings, and Friday mornings at 7 a.m. AEST for anybody that happens to be watching down under the local Sydney time. So appreciate you joining us anytime. Make sure you stop in and watch some racing. Hopefully the quality is looking okay for you tonight. I've been jostling with some settings here because I've been having issues with drop frames. Don't know if it's my local internet or what, but I've been researching and it sounds like I might have been trying to push out too much. So I dropped the frames back to 30 frames per second here, kept it at 1080p. So hopefully it's still watchable. I'm not sure. I'll watch it after myself and I'll try to make a determination on whether it's better or not. But if you happen to be watching, let me know in the comments there what you think of the quality. Is it comparable to other things that you watch or not? It would really help me out. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to register now for our next race here in the Skip Barber series. Just have to go back a little bit here. Okay, Skip Barber, Nuremberg, Nordschleife. So, yeah, really like this track, and I've driven this track in many different cars and many different games, so that's why I am actually able to make it around a lap, because it's not the type of track you want to start sim racing on. But I think getting around 3 laps clean may be my best of all time, and the Skip Barber is certainly a slower car, which makes getting around this track, I guess, that much easier. I guess what's going to happen is going to want to get competitive later in the week and start pushing harder. I think we definitely could have had a better start if we were started further up the pack. I think. As a lot of cars seem to take a break right off the start. They didn't want to get involved at all. I guess everybody just wants to finish, and maybe people thought there'd be more cars going off there, because even from 19th we moved up to 9th, but it didn't really seem like, I guess we could have made our way up to 7th with the 2 cars that were in front of us that we lost, but it didn't really seem like we would have had much of an opportunity to get any further up than that, and it didn't really go off the track or do anything that would not allow that to happen. So did get onto my own at certain points during the racing there. I'll just move to the game screen here so we can see it loading in. Did get on my own in a few parts of the racing there, so that might be just not drafting and kind of falling back, and maybe that's what happened. But I kind of expected there to be a lot more chaos there and a lot more cars going off, so maybe that's something we'll find in this next race. Sure, I'm not sure, or maybe because we're up in the upper splits, I guess, in Skip Barber Racing, we're just not experiencing that as much. Although, saying that, last week at Donington, that Shanky's Bridge, Sharpies, I can't remember now. It's been so long, it's only been one day, that everybody seemed to be going off that corner. It was like a quarter of the pack was going off at that corner, and it was a good place to pass and a good place to make sure that we took that corner conservatively. But on a track this size, I guess just took the whole thing conservatively and just made sure it didn't go off. So maybe I can put in some serious practice this week and start really pushing on this track and see if we can get some quality times down. Super scary at a few points there where it looks so easy to go off. So hopefully that doesn't happen and we can avoid that at all costs. Just looking in the headset there, we're at 90%. Takes a long time to load this track. I guess it's a big track, there's a lot for it to load, so it takes a little bit extra time from the other tracks from what I've noticed. But not as long as it did the first time. The first time there it took almost like 5 minutes, it seemed, which it's not taking quite that long now. So it's 11 o'clock on the nose. The race session will start at 11:15. So we have a few minutes anyways. We can get at least one lap in, full lap in practice here. So I'll go ahead and do that, and we'll see how we get on. So 74 registered currently. There is the actual kind of gate system, which is apart from when they race, you can bring your car out onto this track. It's actually a track you can go and just pay and bring your car out on and drive it. I guess that's how they make money to keep it there. So there it is there. You can pull in the parking lot and go on out. I'd love to do that someday. Don't really know what's involved or how much it costs, but would be something special, all right, I think. So let me bring down the music here. And let's get out onto the track, put in some practice.
Pit lane speed limit is 60 kilometers per hour.
Okay, everything's looking
Pit
good
exit's
here.
clear.
Such a tight exit there. So another lap here on cold tires. Maybe I'll try and just push it a little bit